When it rains, it pours. She likes the way Before I get into the video, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button especially. I was asked on my Instagram, what's the worst experience you've had doing live art shows or exhibits or any type of events? And being that it's almost Christmas, how appropriate that I get to tell you guys this story. So, 2018, the Black Business Unity Showcase? I don't know, I'll have the name down here, the proper name. Alright, so this was a business market that was showcasing Black businesses in the city and trying to get them some exposure and also trying to boost their customer base. So with this event, it's a vendor's type of event, so you gotta pay a vending fee and then you get to be at the event and sell your products and whatnot. So I said, hey, why don't I step into a different space? It's not directly related to art, but let me test it out anyways. And I've been the previous year, but when I went the previous year, it was just to scope out everything, see how things are ran, and kind of see how people interact. So I go sign up for the event, pay the fee, all that, everything is good, okay? Now, here's where things get a little sticky. So now I get an itinerary, a rundown of everything, right? And I'm reading through some of this. I'm noticing some things that are sticking out to me that I'm thinking, what the is going on here? So here's a couple things. No food and drinks at the table. Keep in mind, we'll come back around to that. But one of the biggest things, no non-Black workers should be working with you at your vending booths. So bypass all of that. I get to the event. They set a specific time for everybody to start setting up. So everybody has their time slots. They say, don't be late or else we're gonna strip you away of being at the event. You're not gonna get a refund and you won't be able to participate. So anyways, get to the event. They're setting up. Now, we're allocated a certain amount of time. Keep that in mind, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, at 11 a.m., this thing is gonna be ready to kick off and ready to go. Everybody should be set up. Nope, not the case. As I suspected, people would come late, and as they did come late, of course, nothing happened to them. So, along with the food and drink thing, let me add in this. The food and drink problem. I had a helper there with me. So I told my helper, you know, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, just make sure everything is cool here. Any customers come by, you tell them, you know, just keep them around until I get back. Go to the bathroom, come back. It was no less than maybe like 2-3 minutes. Get back. He's like, yo, you wouldn't believe what just happened. So I'm like, dog, what happened? What happened? One of the organizers came by and told him, you can't have your water bottle on the table because it's our rules in presentation. I asked him, what did you do with the water bottle? He said, oh, I put it on the floor here. I said, yo, put that water bottle right back on the table. I paid for a vending spot here. They're not about to give you shit for having a bottle of water on the table. Put that right back on. Lo and behold, he did. Now, you might be thinking, you know, I'm out of pocket for that. But here's the thing. The two women next to us, they were eating full out A&W at their table. Yeah, they're eating full out A&W at their table. Nobody's saying anything to them. But my assistant can't have a bottle of water? Get the fuck, event is going along. And, you know, it was pretty okay. But I'm starting to notice a few things. Now, in their whole itinerary and BS rules that they gave us, one of the things, if you remember I mentioned, is that you can't have nobody that's not Black working with you at your table. Okay? Funny enough, one of the other women I've seen working there. She had a Chinese person working with her. Keep in mind they were Jamaican Chinese, but they're still Chinese. Another person I've seen, they had an Indian man working with them. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, does this event have some sort of bias now? Because it's mostly people selling hair products, I noticed. I didn't really notice a bunch of diversity in terms of the vendors. So I'm like, these examples I've seen, all of them are selling hair products. So is that the first bias? The second bias is that, isn't that they just don't want white people helping at this event? Is that the problem? Because I'm thinking, like, you said nobody that's not black, but then I'm seeing non-black people helping the vendors. But they're not white, they're just not black. So does that mean that you just don't want white people helping at the event, but you want to take white people's dollars? This is this is starting to look a little bit weird now. Now, aside from that, and this is where my advice comes to you, the artists, about these type of events. Now, when it comes to these type of events, I probably wouldn't do them again. And it's not just this organization, it's any other type of organization that deals with a whole multitude of different vendors and businesses. The reason why is that people aren't necessarily focused on the arts at the event. So you go in there as an artist, you have to keep that in mind, and keep in mind that you might not make the amount of money that you set out to be your goal or whatnot. Now for me, being at this event, I pretty much broke even. The only good thing is, one of the good things is that I did get a lot of contacts, people interested in work, people that later became customers and followers, but followers don't really necessarily mean any type of monetary gain, but followers are potential, right? Potential buyers or supporters down the line of your work. But when you go to these events, and if you go and watch my Raw Artist video, when you go to these events or any type of exhibit or whatnot as an artist, you want to be making a profit. Yes, this is about your craft. Yes, this is about your talent, but also some of us are doing this as a business in addition to those things. So an event like this, and this is not just the company I'm talking about or the organization. An event like this where there's many different vendors and whatnot, I'd say do it if it's a reasonable fee. If it's pretty high, don't do it because you're probably not gonna make your money back or you're gonna break even, which is not what we want. We want to make a profit, right? So that's my experience. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.